Good morning. We're here today to announce the arrests of Dana Pullman, the former president of the State Police Association of Massachusetts, and Ann Lynch, a former lobbyist for that association. The State Police Association of Massachusetts is essentially a union for more than 1,500 state troopers and sergeants, and the exclusive bargaining agent for those personnel between them and the Massachusetts state government. The defendants are charged with conspiracy, wire fraud, and obstruction of justice, all arising from a scheme in which Pullman, coordinating with Lynch, received bribes and illegal kickbacks in his role as the union president. He is also charged with embezzling funds from the association for his personal use. In short, entrusted with representing the interests of Massachusetts State Police troopers and sergeants, Pullman, with Lynch's help, betrayed that trust to line his own pockets with association funds. In fact, since the union's primary source of income is the dues of its members, Pullman essentially took money from the pockets of fellow state police. Pullman joined the Massachusetts State Police in 1987 as a trooper and took over as the association president in 2012. A longtime friend of Mr. Pullman, Miss Lynch, was a lobbyist who was paid a monthly retainer to represent the interests of the union with other entities. The investigation thus far shows that from 2012 to 2018, Pullman and Lynch conspired to defraud the association and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Specifically, in 2014, in connection with a $22 million settlement between the association and the Commonwealth, Pullman ensured that Lynch's lobbying firm was overcompensated for its work on that matter to the tune of $350,000 in total compensation. Based on the allegations in the complaint, in return, Lynch made sure that Pullman was paid a $20,000 kickback from those funds. Neither defendant disclosed to the union or to the Commonwealth that they personally profited from this settlement. In addition, the complaint charges that in 2014 and 2015, Pullman and Lynch conspired to defraud two private companies that were at that time trying to secure law enforcement-related contracts from the Commonwealth. In an effort to gain the union's support for their efforts, these companies met with Pullman in his role as association president. He pressured the companies to hire Lynch, describing her as, quote, a true expert, unquote, in the state of Massachusetts procurement process. Despite already having lobbying firms on retainer, these companies then hired and paid Lynch's firm, and in return, Lynch allegedly paid two $5,000 kickbacks to Pullman, which he then concealed from fellow association members. Pullman is also charged with embezzling funds from the association for his own use. The complaint alleges that he used the union debit card to pay for $9,000 in flowers that he sent to friends and family, $8,000 in restaurants, and thousands more on travel, including a trip to Miami, Florida, with a woman with whom Pullman was having an affair at that time. As if that was not enough, it appears that Pullman also encouraged members of the association board to also submit false expense reports. Finally, once aware of our investigation, Pullman and Lynch took steps to obstruct it. The complaint alleges that Pullman and Lynch tried to manipulate the production of financial records in response to a grand jury subpoena, and that Lynch lied during interviews with law enforcement personnel. Because of enforcement by my office and others, I realize it has been a rough few years for the rank and file of the Massachusetts State Police. This kind of corruption just adds to their burden internally at that institution and with regard to public perception of that institution. More than 1,500 men and women at the State Police trusted Pullman to work for them in their best interests. But based on the complaint unsealed today, he betrayed that trust and, simply put, took their money. I want to thank the FBI and IRS agents who worked on this important and sensitive investigation. The Massachusetts State Police are crucial to maintaining the public safety in this state. All Massachusetts residents have a vested interest in the Massachusetts State Police running well and so in supporting the troopers and others at the Massachusetts State Police who put themselves at risk every day for the rest of us.